When shoplifters strike,
security guard's just been stabbed in the leg. He smashed up a load of things, grabbed our manager and then gone.
The offending behaviour is getting out of control.
When he was arrested, he was in possession of a lock knife.
can they be caught?
Okay, I believe that you've been shoplifting this morning. So just stand up for me.
It's really shocking how brazen they've gotten.
From the lone wolves to organised crime gangs.
They steal almost to order high-value items to get the biggest bang for their buck.
Anyone up here? Bingo!
These guys had extensive criminal histories across Europe.
This series follows the police forces
Let's go and get some results.
on the hunt.
Stop, plainclothes police, stop, you're under arrest for theft.
Do you know why we have stopped you?
Attempting to protect the victims
Yes, you alright, mate?
What's them last given ETA-wise?
5 minutes.
Oh, that's unacceptable. This is life-threatening.
and bring down the criminals.
Shoplifting is a crime. We want to bring offenders to justice, and that is not easy.
Right, you're under arrest. Please to stall.
In Lancashire, police are on the hunt for notorious shoplifter Michael, suspected of multiple thefts and a robbery.
Right, pal, I'm not wanted because I've got open heart areas. For when? Yeah, wanted from a couple of weeks ago. I got nicked, I got open court. I've been pulled every single day for this. Been pulled every single day, I get pulled to this shit.
I believe it's currently wanted for about 5.
You're what?
Oh,
5? Right. Right, at this minute of time, pal, alright? Anything with bag on then? I'll take that off you, alright? You're being placed under arrest for theft. What for? What theft? I'll explain it all to you. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned. Did you want your call? No. Would you lay right in court? Oh yes, I did. Anything you do say may be given as evidence. Alright. So,
If it isn't for robbery, yeah.
right, and you're further under arrest for robbery. Wow. Robbery. Shouting absolute shit, mate.
A robbery accusation in shop thefts means threats or violence may have been used. It can mean years in prison.
Just watch your head when you get in there, pal.
Michael has been detained overnight. He can be held for 24 hours. Police must then either charge or release him.
Are we alright? Is there a reason you won't get up? You're refusing to speak to us? Are you well? Are you okay? Do you need any medical attention?
Well, yeah, I've been asking for the nurse since 1 a.m. this morning, since I come in.
Right.
I'm ill.
What's up with you while you're ill?
because I'm withdrawing. I can't be in.
Where are you coming down from? Saying he's withdrawing, he's not very well.
That's right. He refused to come out for the medic.
Right, okay, so he has had the opportunity to speak to the medic.
He has had the opportunity. We went to his cell and he just refused.
To build a case, officers examine evidence from the suspect's 2-week crime spree.
I've got 5 investigations here.
So we've got 2 that have happened on the 16th, both at the same place but at different times. Then we've got the 14th.
Yeah.
11th is the same co-op. A lot of them all at the same place, and he's kind of gone in on multiple occasions.
He knows the store,
Yeah.
he knows what he wants and how he's going to go about it.
Yeah.
So Adidas backpack.
Yes.
Very obviously him as well.
Yeah.
It just shows you how brazen they are there as well. There's no attempt to hide his identity.
He's just took something off that shelf right in front of a staff member.
He's
So
not bothered
he's
at
just
all.
not bothered, is he? Robbery from the 18th.
That's that chap there, confronted by shop owner. He's just taking a swing at this chap. And he just carries on. Not a care in the world. In order to make his escape, he's been violent towards one of the shop assistants. It looks like over the last week or so, this chap's been on a bit of a rampage.
In total, Michael is linked to 8 shop thefts, 1 with threat of violence.
So we've only got a short time to deal with it, so it's important we get hold of all of the evidence and statements as quickly as we can.
He's got the same backpack on in every footage. Just go and have a look if it's the same one, because if it is, we'll seize it.
Just turn the engine off. It's got information the vehicle's involved in shop theft.
2 Romanian suspects are linked to £80,000 worth of stolen supermarket goods.
This is the biggest case I've worked on to date.
He's gone in twice on the same day, so this one's at 5:30, and then he's gone back at 21:11.
Officers are preparing to question their suspect arrested for multiple thefts and a robbery. They're almost halfway through the 24-hour custody clock.
You see him go straight to the same aisle, same backpack. And he's picked up a whole tray there and just took it. I wouldn't be surprised if that bag's already in his pocket.
Yeah. Well, let's check.
I'll go down to custody and check.
Yeah.
Michael was carrying a bag when he was arrested. PC Chris Holton needs to work out if it's a match.
Backpack that he's been booked in with is potentially the same one he's been using to shoplift. No, the bag's empty. It will have been emptied by staff, so that's that is unlikely to be what was in it. It's a different backpack. It's a different backpack to what we've seen so far on CCTV, so at present with what we know right now, we've got no necessity to seize it, but that might always change later on as we review a bit more CCTV. It's a different bag, black Puma bag. It's not the one that we've seen so far.
You're probably better getting the interview out of the way and then we can just focus on getting the case right. Because we've got all the statements we need.
What I really want to do in the interview, though, is just put it to him, because it's so obviously him.
Yeah, I get that.
It's overwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah, he can't really deny it, can he?
All right, magic. Thank you. Bye.
The solicitors here. So Chris is about to go into interview now. Once he's been interviewed, obviously we'll have an idea of what his account is. And then we'll go through to our sergeant and make a decision on whether we're going to charge based on the evidence that we've got and all the CCTV.
Come on. Thank you.
Police have less than 12 hours left to keep Michael detained without charge.
So he's initially been arrested on suspicion of robbery.
Right.
And then there's a series of shopliftings.
Right. What are we talking about as far as value is concerned?
The most is about £250. Others are in the region of between 40 and 70.
Is it captured on CCTV?
Yes.
Are we going to have it in interview?
Yes.
So I assume a remand
Yes.
tomorrow morning. Yeah.
We'll be seeking a remand.
All right, if I can have about 15, 20 minutes with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
no problem at all.
Absolutely.
Okie dokies.
Okay, see you in a
Thank
few
you very
minutes.
much.
Police must put their evidence to Michael and his solicitor in interview. But he's still refusing to leave his cell.
Hello, not the best circumstances.
I'll close the door too a little bit. If he's fit and well and who's able to be interviewed, then we'll interview him in his cell. Our process doesn't stop just because he won't come out.
In 2024, a man was accused for his part in the theft of over £78,000 of high-value supermarket goods. Romanian national Andrei Theodor Cretu was on the radar of Opel, the specialist police unit that targets shoplifting OCGs.
Cretu was first brought to our attention by Morrison's. As part of that investigation, we looked into Cretu's travel patterns and where he was going and where he was offending. We understood that he was travelling up from the Midlands to Humberside at that point in time. He was mostly offending as a lone offender, causing a significant amount of harm. We were able to identify a vehicle that was linked to Cretu and add a marker to the vehicle.
On the 30th of August 2024, Cretu's car was stopped by Humberside police. It was reported as being involved in a local supermarket theft.
Just turn the engine off. This please, you've got the keys, wonderful. It's got information the vehicle's involved in shop thefts, okay? Speak English? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to search yourselves and the vehicle and look for any either stolen items or items used going equipped to steal. Okay, do you understand that? Okay.
A really, really critical point in the investigation that allowed us to kind of really open it up when we'd identified the vehicle that Cretu was using, and we'd used their contacts in Humberside to sit up on the vehicle.
In Cretu's car was a woman police were not expecting to find. Elena Gugulan is also wanted.
When we did find who was in the vehicle, it was obviously Cretu and a passenger who was Gugulan. So for us, that was a bit of a game changer. That was really, really pivotal as a key part of the investigation. We had liaised with our partners in Morrison's, and upon reviewing the CCTV footage, they identified that this individual was known to them for previous offences.
But could the police find any stolen goods in the car?
been recorded in cell 24 at Preston Police Station. You've had the opportunity to leave your cell, you've refused to do so.
In the cells, suspected shoplifter Michael is being held for multiple shop thefts and a robbery.
To just uncover your head, it's really important that we do this properly.
No, seriously, I'm grabbing me back. I want to use on fucking getting a nurse. It's simple as.
We're here to get your account of things today. So the majority of the offences that you've been arrested for are shoplifting, which is theft. You've also been arrested for a robbery. That would be a theft involving force.
If the officers can't secure charges, the suspect will be released.
On the 22nd of the 7th, King Street, Lancaster, did you enter at 2014 hours? When you've entered, have you headed straight for a specific aisle? So the allegation is that you've stolen protein bars to a value of around £256. That you've entered the store, you've made specifically to that area of the shop, and in around 50 seconds, you've stolen all of those items, taken them in your hand and left. Have you done that? I'll make you aware of the CCTV, where it does appear to quite clearly be yourself. Do you sometimes go to the same place more than once in a day?
No, to be honest. Yeah, it's a mess every other day.
When you went in, did you intend to steal things like cooked meats, cheese and coffee?
Yeah.
And what was the reason that you intended to take those specific items? Essentially, you've admitted to entering that store and taking those items.
Yeah.
How much heroin do you take? Do you take every day? Yeah. How much do you take?
£4.5.
What's that cost you a day?
25 quid.
PC Holton moves on to the more serious robbery charge.
So, what do you remember?
I've grabbed some chocolate.
Okay.
One guy come round before I've even put it in my bag.
Right.
He's come round saying, "Oh, you put that back." I've told him to fuck off now. I think two of them, they basically blocked me there and then.
Have you made threats to either of those members of staff, just to be clear?
No.
One of them said they put their hands up and then you've like smacked the hand out of the way. Have you done that?
No.
Nothing else from you? Right. It's 14:55 hours, it's 2:55 PM, okay? I'll end the interview there.
Michael now has just under 10 hours left of his custody clock.
Hi, matey.
So what was he like in interview?
He's denied the robbery, said he wasn't violent, wasn't aggressive to the staff members, hasn't threatened them, hasn't assaulted them, so he's denied the robbery aspects. But he's had all the thefts, he's given a full account of most of them, remembered most of them, said he does it to fund his drug habit.
Michael was later convicted of 7 shop thefts and sentenced to 8 weeks in prison. He awaits his sentence for robbery.
My concern is he's by his own admission, is a drug addict. He's committed these offences, he said, in order to fuel his drug habit, and I don't think 8 weeks, of which he'll probably serve 4, perhaps 3, is enough to actually break that habit and get him into a different routine. It probably isn't sufficient to rehabilitate him, and he'll probably just come out and do it again. I'd like to think he won't, and I would love to think that he's learned a lesson and will seek help. However, instincts and experience tells me we'll be dealing with him again shortly.
There you go, and he's nicked it straight out. Good facial shot of him there.
A standoff with a wanted thief who's terrorised the same shop 8 times.
What the fuck are you doing? Open the door!
Are you free quickly, boss, to go through the vultures?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Operation Vulture is targeting the most serious and habitual shop thieves in Lancashire.
I saw him yesterday, so he's clearly out. So we'll put him down there, and I know he's out as well.
He's been locked up over in Blackpool, hasn't he, for loads, so again, we can get rid of him for now and take him off our tasking. So yeah, let's have a look at a few of the up-and-coming ones, mate, and start getting out there to the other patrols as well.
I'll get updated.
The team have a new most wanted, Ben.
He's one of the most prolific we've got in Preston at the moment, isn't he? For the past 4 weeks. Because he's got probably about 8 jobs for him, maybe more. All from the same shop as well. I think we'll get a positive result for him soon, boss. Got a few on it, so they'll hopefully get him in the next few days and lock him up.
Right, spot on, mate.
Brilliant. Thanks, boss. This one should be hopefully him entering the store. Yeah, that's him on the bike there. It looks like he's like scoping it out, doesn't he? Seeing if they've got a security guard on. And there you go, straight in, hood up. Straight. In his pants. That then. There you go, and he's nicked it straight out. There you go. Good facial shot of him there. We'll go that way.
With strong CCTV evidence against the suspect, Ben, police have enough to bring him in.
What's that?
Go that way.
Plan of action, if we can grab him, would be lock him up for the ones that we know he's done, and then we can do some digging around the other ones that have come in and see if he's done them as well.
I've had a look through, and it's mainly just food, groceries. Right. This one says cheesecakes, there's others for meats and stuff that he's just hiding on his person and leaving.
The police arrive at Ben's address.
He's gone out? How long ago?
I heard him early on this morning about 6 o'clock, but then I haven't heard him since, and I heard the door bang.
Right, we'll go and have a look for him. Cheers, nice one.
Back at the station, the hunt is on for more evidence.
He's prolifically hitting one of the Tesco stores in Preston. We've got about 8 jobs for him now, so 10% of the shopliftings from Tesco are or have been committed potentially by him.
4 hours later, police receive a tip-off and are called back to the flat.
Just had a call from Claire from the Housing Association who says she's going to do an eviction at his home address. So we're going to go now and see if he's in and serve the eviction on him. And if he's in, he'll be coming in. With thefts, we don't have a power of entry, but Housing Association have given us consent to go in.
Because he's committing offences in the community, it's a breach of his tenancy, so. He's had previous warnings about other things. I think Claire's had enough of him, to be honest.
If you could change what now we're here, that would help. Otherwise, I will get a lock there. We'll see if he answers. But
if he don't answer, we can snap it and then we can just wait for them to come.
That's fine.
Keep an eye on the back.
Yeah, it jumped out, windows right back. It's Clara Gateway, are you in?
Jackie's here at window. Stay where you are. Stay there.
What are you doing, man?
What's up with you?
What's up with you? Why are you fucking coming like that?
In 2024, 2 suspected shop thieves with possible links to an international crime group were stopped by traffic police in Humberside.
The vehicle's full of items are suspected to be stolen, so at the minute, 14:06 hours, you're both under arrest on suspicion of shop theft. Pop that out for me. Now, same thing, my own defence. If you don't mention one question, something, sit down. Something like or anything you do say, maybe in evidence, okay? Everything will be explained to you. Another one? Another side just underneath.
Police found over £1,300 worth of stolen goods from a local supermarket.
Let's put your phone on. It's there first.
I have kids. I want you to understand.
At the minute, you can't use it, okay?
Yeah, no. I did
no,
you.
I will sort it.
I told you I have 3 kids, yeah?
No, okay.
You understand this?
Yeah, I do.
I don't
Do you understand you're under arrest?
Yeah,
that means you can't make a phone call. I will sort out your childcare for you. I'll search you, mate, get in cars, and I think, yeah, go.
The 2 suspects were detained by Humberside police, who at this stage were unaware of their nationwide crime spree.
The first time I set my eyes on Cretu and Gugalan was in custody. I was tasked to go to Grimsby and interview them. My role is to deal with prisoners that come in on a daily basis. You interview them and you speak to your sergeant about the evidence, and either you charge him or you bail them or you further action them, depending on what evidence is available.
Both Cretu and Gugulan were interviewed. 2 further shop thefts were discovered, one locally and one 200 miles away in Essex.
At the time, Cretu was charged with the 3 counts of shop theft, and Gugulan was charged with 2 counts of shop theft.
Both suspects were remanded to prison. It then became clear to Humberside police their regional offending was merely the tip of the iceberg.
I've been sat on my computer, and this is when this email's pinged in from the intelligence officer from Opal that Cretu and Gugulan's offending is much wider than we thought. I've shown their shoplifting spree from the bottom of the country to the top of the country. They had one objective, and that was to steal.
We liaised with the OIC in Humberside, who obviously thought they had some local offences, but actually we had a scope of national offences dating back to 2019. So it was a very different investigation to probably what they thought it was going to be when it began.
PC Elijah Hartley faced the huge challenge of collating evidence against Cretu and Gugulan from 23 police forces.
This is the biggest case I've worked on to date, so that was a bit daunting at the time.
To strengthen the case, PC Hartley had to prove the suspects intended to steal from supermarkets nationwide.
There was 700 clips of CCTV footage of their offending. I had to review every single file. This is the CCTV from the day they were arrested. You've got both Gugulan and Cretu at the rear of the aisle. Cretu selected numerous items and placing them into a trolley, which Gugulan is then organising. They then hide it with some nappies on top, which covers the whole bag. And then they just leave with no attempts to pay. You can see they're very organised for what they're doing.
Organised crime gangs operate in a very sophisticated manner. They use vehicles to travel up and down the country. This isn't a case of just going in and grabbing a couple of items and then leaving the store. They go in with clear plans and set items that they know stealing means that they'll be able to sell on very quickly.
They would go around the shop collecting beauty items, razors, sometimes printing, high value small goods. This is a similar MO to what the other offences are across the other forces. you can see Cretu with a shopping trolley with multiple bags for life in it and a couple of large bags of nappies. He looks at the bottle of whiskey and then places one of them into his bag, but then proceeds to select another 3-4 bottles of whiskey and places them in his bag. He's going in with a shopping list in his head of what he's taking. On this footage, he goes to self-checkout. However, he then looks around, probably to see if there's any staff members, and then he just walks off without making any attempts to pay for anything. Cretu and Gugulan were seen to be part of the same organised crime group of people. However, they were never seen together until the 30th of August 2024, when they were ultimately arrested. That's the only time any CCTV is put them both together at the same place.
The CCTV evidence was strong, but to secure the biggest charges, police needed them to talk. Elena Gugulan was brought from prison to be interviewed by PC Hartley, but the case suffered a setback.
Gugulan was a no-comment interview. She gave me the attitude that she can't be bothered being there anymore, and she just wants to go back to prison.
To connect both suspects to the catalogue of thefts totalling £78,000, all would depend on the interview with Andrei Theodore Cretu.
Just been at this window here, with his legs dangling out. He's gone back inside now.
I'm not shouting through the window like with you.
What the fuck are you doing?
Open the door.
Operation Vulture have located Ben, suspected of stealing 8 times from the same supermarket. He's now also facing eviction for breaking his housing conditions.
Can you come and open the door and I can come and talk to you?
I don't want to talk to you.
Well, you're going to have to.
I'll not have to.
You do have to, because I'm going to change that lock, because we should have a key. Are you going to come and open the door?
I'm fucking, it's all wrong there.
Will you just change the lock then,
You're fucking blackmailing me, right? Yeah, fucking.
How's it blackmailing you?
Blackmail.
Josh, do you want to
fucking tell you?
I'm not having this discussion through a window. Open the door.
I'm not opening the fucking door.
Right, well then they're going to change the lock then.
I'm not bothered.
Well, we're coming in then.
Come in then.
Right.
Due to Ben's persistent offending against one store, the police need to take him into custody. The Housing Association grant them access to the apartment.
He had his legs out of the back room today, but I got here.
Last chance, come on.
There's police at the back, mate.
I'm not bothered.
Well, you need to come down, otherwise we're going to end up damaging this door. Well, we'll have to, won't we? Alright. Grab one of them. Yes. Use your hands. Stand up, bud. Just listen to my mate. In a minute, you're under arrest for shoplifting. Right. Alright? You don't have to say anything, but it may on your defence. Do not mention one question. Something you later line in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Alright?
Yeah.
It would have been the same outcome whether he'd have come to the door, jumped out the window. He would have still been arrested, but it went smoothly, and now he's in custody. Fine, you ready?
Right, we'll get you on. All right, mate. We're going to go through now, follow the van in, we'll get him booked in, and then we'll tidy up the investigation and get him interviewed.
He's been arrested for one offence. It's just an easier process when we get to custody, and then he'll be rearrested for the further offences, at least 7, but it may be more. Just this way, mate.
Where was the offence taking place?
Tesco on Longridge Road, Ribbleton, Preston. We've got to do some other enquiries on at least 7 other thefts from the same store.
All right. I'm going to authorise your detention to the police station, and then we're going to have to ask you some questions in a tape-recorded interview. All right.
Any jewellery?
No.
No.
You know this jacket?
Yeah, put it on for the time being.
Oh, no objections to it.
You have any alcohol or drugs today?
About drugs,
What have you had?
Heroin and crack.
Heroin and crack. So this morning?
Yeah.
Police have 24 hours to question Ben and seek charges.
We'll now get him interviewed and hopefully he is remanded to court tomorrow.
So over the 17 shop thefts, you've took over £78,000 worth of goods.
A breakthrough in the nationwide supermarket shop theft.
So just keep your eye on that door here.
Yes, it seems to be me.
In the case of the Romanian organized shop thieves, key suspect Andrei Theodor Cretu was already in prison for regional shop theft offences.
The time is 12:11 and we're present in interview room at Clifford Police Station.
In October 2024, he was accused of attempting to steal a further £18,000 worth of goods from supermarkets nationwide.
You've got that nerves and you're like, am I going to make sure I'm asking everything?
The success of the case needed his account.
On the 18th of the 12th, where were you?
I don't remember.
Were you in Rogerstone?
I don't remember.
Did you take anything to the value of £1,091?
I don't remember.
This is a new store. On the 15th of March 2024, you entered Warrington and began to select a rice range of toothbrush heads, nicotine items and early items. Do you remember taking them?
Țineți minte să le fi luat?
I
don't remember.
Because of the amount of offending that's happened, it was going to be a long interview. So for the table, show CCO2. There's a gentleman just there. I believe that to be you. Would you agree?
Da, nu pot să dau să este foarte neagră imaginea.
I can't tell. The image is very dark. I can't tell.
From looking at this a bit and looking at yourself sitting in front of me, I would believe that this is you.
Da, și mi-arată foarte puțin să pot să-mi dau seama dacă am fost eu. Nu mai mi-aduc aminte ce s-a întâmplat.
You are showing me very little things. If you can show me something more clearer, then I'll admit to what I've done.
Just keep your eye on that door here. There, you see it?
Acolo ați văzut?
Da, pare aș fi eu să nu mai amintesc dacă am venit să cumpăr sau ce am făcut.
Yes, it seems to be me, but I don't remember if I've come to buy or what I did.
With Cretu acknowledging he was in the CCTV, the investigators at last had a foothold.
These offences have been committed all around the country. You should know if you've been to those locations, no matter when the date is, and if you've been and you've taken anything from any store at any point.
Am avut perioade grele, n-am avut bani de chirie, am stat cu soția mea și cu fata mea de 1 an jumate.
I didn't have rent money, and I've been living with my wife and my 1.5-year-old daughter.
Am lucrat la negru deoarece nu aveam actele necesare pentru a mă angaja, am fost păcălit cu banii.
I've worked on the black market, cash in hand, if you will, because I didn't have the necessary documents to work.
Is that you?
Da.
Yes.
You all look very organised in what you're doing and hiding. I would say that you're all part of one group and you know what you're doing, and your main goal is to make money.
Da, repet, nu am legătură cu niciun grup și nu cunosc niciun grup și nu sunt implicat într-un grup.
I repeat, I don't have any connection with any group, I don't know any group, and I'm not involved in any group.
So over the 17 shop thefts, you've took over £78,000 worth of goods. Again, how do you explain that?
Eu nu cunoșteam valoarea bunurilor care...
I didn't know the value of the items that I was taking.
When he's gone, yeah, it was me. It was just a sign of relief, and it made me feel like we've got somewhere with this.
The Crown Prosecution Service charged Cretu and his accomplice Elena Gugulan. Both suspects appeared at Crown Court.
PC Hartley was able to secure over 30 shop theft charges for the two suspects. That is an incredible piece of work, and to have worked with so many police forces and partner agencies to gather all of that information meant that the suspects didn't just get charged with homicide offences, they actually were charged with offences from all over the country, and that is down to his hard work.
For shoplifting offences, Gugulan was sentenced to 3 years and 4 months in prison. Cretu was sentenced to a total of 2 years and 4 months and could be deported on his release.
It's a good sentencing, it's a good outcome for the job. It shows that if you're gonna do such thing, you're gonna get punished for your actions and receive a prison sentence for it.
He is very much a prolific offender. He's targeted the same store numerous times, sometimes uses disguises.
Operation Vulture's most wanted shop thief, Ben, is in the interview room with PC Kimberly Dasso. He faces charges of multiple thefts.
So before I caution you, I'm going to arrest you for a further 7 incidents of shoplifting. So you're being interviewed regarding an allegation of 8 times shoplifting. Are you guilty of these offences?
No comment.
We've got CCTV footage which shows a male identified to be yourself picking up 2 cases of Corona lagers before running out of the store and making no attempt to pay. Can you confirm that was you in the footage?
No comment.
We've got CCTV showing a male identified to be yourself and select 8 cheesecake items from the dessert fridge and place them down his trousers before leaving the store and making no attempt to pay. Can you confirm that that's you in the footage?
No comment.
There is CCTV footage available showing a male identified to yourself and select numerous grocery items to the value of £86.50 before leaving the store and making no attempt to pay. Do you want to comment on this?
No comment.
I showed him the CCTV footage of him in the shop. He had no reaction to seeing this footage. He said no comment to all questions I've asked. I'll go and review the case, speak to my sergeant, and we're going to seek a charge for all 8 shopliftings.
Ben is charged with 8 shop thefts from the same store. He is kept in custody overnight until court in the morning.
He has gone to Lancashire Magistrates Court. There he was given bail conditions not to enter any Tesco store in Preston, and then he'll next be seen in court in about 7 weeks' time. He can't just keep going in and out of shops, taking anything he wants. He has these bail conditions to adhere to, and if he doesn't, then he'll be brought before the court.
Operation Vulture's most wanted was later convicted of all 8 shop thefts. He was given a 16-week suspended sentence and ordered to undertake a drug rehabilitation program.
Next week, will officers tackle an armed gang when the firearms unit are unavailable? Police interceptors nowhere to hide. New next Monday at 9. And Sharon D. Clark is back as DCI Ellis. The new drama continues tomorrow and Wednesday at 9. Stream the series so far now on 5. Next tonight, 999, Police Hour of Duty. Stay with us.